bills right now. Of course, we talked about this last week on the show. We looked at all of this, and I remember sharing with you what the chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee said, which is that they're not going to tax poverty anymore, meaning that low income earners are not going to earn. And then they also are looking at harmonizing taxes, which will mean that some laws are going to have to give way. And there are a bone of contentions here, and there are different stakeholders asking different questions. I don't know. But I mean, we're definitely going to keep an eye on this one. Is a developing one, so we're going to keep an eye on this one. But what does it mean for you as a business owner? It means that you will need to pay close attention, okay, to your business, to what this is. And I think, yes, you should go to their website. The Tax Reform Committee talked about it. I think it's fiscal policy. Google it and then try to give your view of this bill. Put your view out there. If you do not belong to a union or an association, please get them to engage with this bill. You are a Nigerian. Whatever this is going to mean, it will affect you. Whatever it's going to mean as a business owner in Nigeria, this bill is going to affect you. I already mentioned that 13 laws are going to be repealed at the end of this bill. And then 11 are going to be amended. And one of those bills is the PIA Act. And some others, okay, that's been on for years. And so it's something to really get close and understand what it will mean for your business. So keep an eye on it. That's the very first story that I decided to look at right here. The next story to look at very quickly is the issue of the Edo State Governor, Monday Okweblo, approving free bus services for the people of the state. Where do I begin to unbundle this now? Palliatives are great. Gestures like this can be great. But when you look at it from a business sense, I think we should have more and more states doing what Rivers State has done. Yes, Rivers State provided free buses, but Rivers State has also deliberately prioritized building our income base as a state. And I would love to hear and see more stories of that nature. I would love to see more states being intentional about their income, being intentional about building the state coffers, being intentional about us having access. And when you hear things like court has suspended your allocation, you can come out boldly and say nothing did happen. Okay, I'm very serious now. It's not just for governors. It's also for you as a business owner. It's very easy to get to take on actions that can help you score points, or take on actions that would look like you're doing well. Okay, but I think it's also important that we're deliberate about being grounded as a business, because sometimes when you look at the numbers of some businesses that their data is open, it's not very palatable really to look at how the state of some businesses. They look like they're doing well because maybe they're giving out, they're doing training, they're partnering with some people to do some event, and then the names are everywhere. Oh, you think, I should buy shares from this company, only for you to get to the annual general meeting and open some books and look at some columns and rows, and you're like, what? They are struggling. And I don't know, should I be saying this? But honestly, yes, I should be saying this, that it is time for us to be, intentional about building something that matters, building something sustainable. Sustainability perhaps is the key word I'm trying to bring out here. If you're a business owner, think sustainability, 360 degree, think sustainability. Yes, it's still Market Watch right here on 92.3. Market Watch on Talking Figures on 92.3 Nigeria Info. And the very next topic, story, business story. Let's see. For business owners, it always looks different. It's always a different. It always means something different. If business owners are really going to get ahead and position better, it's always important to understand what's in the news. And I mean, I cannot wait to dig in when it comes to the NNPC and the start of Port Harcourt refinery operations. But let's look at this one. This is local. Yes, the disbandment of task force. Before now, we had lots of people complain about all kinds of harassment. Some were beat up, some were pushed into cars and taken to destinations they didn't know about. They were left in traumatic states. And it happened long enough. And then finally yesterday, the commissioner announced that the task forces have now been disbanded. Now, whether or not it means that these people are no longer on our roads remains to be seen, honestly. But let's look at businesses and what this also means. So apart from road decongestion, there's also the angle for businesses who are genuinely set up to make a living, and then they see strangers walking, asking for all kinds of money, levies for baskets, levies for so can we also have the government be, proactive enough to act on this one? Because as much as road discongestion task forces were traumatizing residents, they were also traumatizing business owners. Maybe not at this particular task force, but those who randomly get into businesses, and the moment you're still trying to find out who they are, where they're from, they're already scattering your market and already, my friend, bring the tickets, they bring the levy job, bring her. And we've seen all kinds of ridiculous tickets. And sometimes they are given to the low-income earners. People whose entire capital for the business, if you're looking at the business, is not even up to $500,000. But sometimes if your entire business is not up to $500,000, and then how much is the profit daily really for someone to be asking you to pay tickets that at the end of the day they accumulate to at least 10,000 or 20,000. So I believe that the government has the capacity to fix that before the whole tax bill and whatever it's going to mean comes in. I believe that multiple ticketing can be sorted out, in such a clean way that businesses become confident enough that they even set up more branches in the state. Okay, so I would like to hear your thoughts now, just very briefly before we get to insider tips. What do you think about these tax forces that we see getting into markets, shops, and their operations, the amount of operations? Now we see that the road congestion tax forces have all been disbanded, and the government has promised to look into that, clean that up, and maybe set it up again. And now we also still have these people who go to markets and say, can I take one or two calls? Yes, I can. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Perhaps one or two calls before I go on this break, and then after the break, we'll stay with the Port Harcourt Refinery and its operation starting and what it means for your business. Okay, I'm talking about the task force now. With the road decongestion traffic over and done, where do you think we should begin when it comes to the ones that come to harass businesses? Hello, my first caller here. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Nigerian.
Okay, you have to speak up a bit.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Talking Figures.
The refinery.
We'll talk about refinery later. Right now, I just want you to quickly tell me, do you own a business, and have you experienced any of these people coming in to ask you for tickets and multiple ticketing experience? Do you have any?
Yes. I run a small rice shop, not a very big one, in one of these my pre-markets here. The amount of tax we pay every day, my dear, if you accumulate it and even want to rent the shop outside of that market, you'll be shocked that the money you'll be paying for the shop, you're actually paying times 4 or 5 of it, just because you committed a crime in selling it in an open market called a place like that. And the government of today, they will tell you they are not aware of this money collected.
Wow.
One or two chairmen who just emanate from nowhere and send their boys. And you dare not refuse to pay this money. They don't even give you any receipts to show that this is why you are paying the money. So the government should come and help us. Sometimes when we call on them, they claim they cannot do anything. And if we take laws into our hands, we'll be the ones.
No, don't take laws into your hands.
So if they are listening to us,
yes,
to harmonize this ticket, let us know, so that for every business you want to start, you'll be able to calculate your profit and your loss. If you want to go into the business, you know from the onset. Not to start up a business thinking your profit is too lighter, and at the end of the day, your business will just shut down. It is terrible.
It is. It is. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts there. I really needed your thoughts. I needed someone, because I can't talk multiple ticketing without opening the phone lines. But that's it on Market Watch. Thank you so much to that caller for sharing their experience. It's really aligned. And yes, one day we're going to unbundle, bring government officials onto the studio to tell us what they're doing to end multiple ticketing. But that's it on Market Watch. Up next is Insider Tips. And yes, we're talking Port Harcourt Refinery and what it means for your business. If you're a business owner, get close. If you know a business owner, call them to get close. After this break, we'll talk more. I am Choma Izinwafo. Welcome back. 92.3 Nigeria Info, talking figures here. And I am Choma Izinwafo. And we've been talking. We just finished Market Watch, getting into insider tips now. And the big question of the Port Harcourt Refinery's operations and what it means for your business. PH Refinery operations. What does it mean for your business? What does it mean for Nigerian businesses? What does it mean for Port Harcourt businesses? What does it mean for River State businesses? Yes, we're talking right here in 92.3 Nigeria Info. We're live on Facebook at Nigeria Info PH. We're also live on YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. And you can drop your thoughts, questions. Don't ask me questions. I'll be listening. No, don't ask me questions. Don't mind me. Of course, you can ask questions. Your thoughts, your questions, your observations, and you want to be a part of the show, basically 0809-030-6416 is the WhatsApp number that you can drop your messages. Please do not call that number, just messages. 0809-030-6416. That's the WhatsApp number. And The phone lines will be opened shortly, and yes, you can also drop your messages on Facebook. I'll be looking at them shortly. What it is this means for your business is the question. Do you believe the Port Harcourt Refinery's operations will truly lower fuel prices and help your business? Do you believe the Port Harcourt Refinery's operations will truly lower fuel prices and help your business? That's the question I'm asking on the show today. So let's look at it together. Before we get to that big question, let's look at the small questions. First, what does it mean for your business? Actually, I believe it's too early to tell. Okay, I mean, daily lifting. We had to send a reporter to wait for trucks as they leave refineries to see that actually there are products coming out from the refinery, so that we can confirm to you that yes, not just our operations have started, lifting of products are happening. And so we also spoke to these drivers, and so yes, we can confirm that is not what do we call it these days? What do Gen Zs call it these days? Audio, right? We'll call it audio. So it's not audio, it's not wash, it's not, what else do we use to term this? So it's for real, okay? And if it's for real, that's exciting, right? But then let's look at the nitty-gritties. What does it mean for your business? Like I said, the business implication is too early to tell. But if you're looking at what it signals, the signal that we see here is that it's going to reduce dependency on fuel imports. All of that drama about fuel importation is going to a very large extent, we're going to see it, reducing, and that reduction, what it will also mean, we'll see in coming days. But for you as a business owner, this is a signal that perhaps, even though the projections are seeing higher inflations, your logistics could be dropping in coming days. And so if we're going to see more trucks going towards the LMA road, actually means that more jobs are going to be created. We're going to see more people have jobs with the Port Harcourt Refinery. What does it mean for your business? It means that the supply chain of your activities, if you're a food vendor, you should start thinking of opening a branch around there or something, because it's going to mean that the activities around there are going to be heated up. I've been to the refinery before, or at least around it, and I know that it's an entire community there, just like the ports. It's an entire community there. So I think you should be thinking of opening branches there. If you're, even banks should be thinking of that. Yes, I think I should open the phone lines at this point. 0817-923-0002 is the number to call to share your thoughts. I just shared something now. What do you think? I'd love to know what you think about the Port Harcourt Refinery and what it means for your business. I just mentioned about three things. Okay, 0817-923-0003 is also another number that you can call to tell me what you think the start of operations at the Port Harcourt Refinery could mean for your business. More activities we're going to see and less dependency, okay? We're talking about signals now, because truthfully it's too early to tell a lot of things. But what signals are we seeing? I have Victor calling from Mile 3. Hello, Victor. Let me see. Okay. Hello, Victor.
Hello, ma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Victor calling back.
Okay. So what do you think?
Going by the trajectory of our normal Nigerian political development, I think, like you rightly said, it's an audio news.
No, I did not say it's an audio. I say it's not audio. We have confirmed that products are coming out from the Port Harcourt Refinery. As of yesterday, products are coming out from there.
Sorry, this slide is really breaking. I don't know if you can hear me well.
I said it's not audio.
But
it's not audio.
Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear. You are loud and clear. And I did not say it's audio.
All right. All right, beautiful. So, sorry, in case should in case you're asking me questions and I'm not probably responding because I'm not getting you well. The thing is this: if my dad is a rich man and I'm hungry, of what use is money to me? If indeed this is not even an audio news, assuming without considering that this refinery, as they have actually told us now, is going to work, and the cost remain the same, or the cost is 2 or 3 naira difference, what is it? The only thing you've actually written out there for me is that it will reduce the burden of importation. Who cares? If the burden of importation is rested on them, and I'm actually going to pay the same amount I'm paying even when the burden is not there, what use is it to me? So if they know for sure that this so-called refinery cannot reduce the price of the petrol in the market, then it is of no use to me.
Okay. I think we should also learn to be more optimistic. Now, can we speak optimistically? Can we be more optimistic? Can I crave your indulgence and ask that we be more optimistic? I know the postponement of this operation of this particular Port Harcourt refinery has totally left our trust level at 0. But I ask that you make an attempt to move it from 0 to 1. Maybe next week we'll ask for it to go from 1 to 2. Okay? But we asked ordinary people around the refinery yesterday what they could see.
Hello?
And they shared. Yes, you're on. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talking Figures.
This is Rosemary calling from Roma.
Okay, welcome to Talking Figures.
My dear, I was so overwhelmed when I heard the news. I was so happy. For my heart, I believe that it will help us to reduce the price of oil. And also the price of every other thing. It will also help our business too. Because it has not been easy for us all this while. I pray God Almighty will touch them.
What do you do? What business do you do?
I'm into eateries.
Okay, so
Yes,
what are you going to look out for? Are you going to maybe set up a branch around the Leme or something?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Go there to get a place, branch. So I believe God will help us to change. So that is it.
Okay, thank you so much for calling.
All right, bye.
Yes, thank you for calling. And I like when people are proactive. I mean, the operation started yesterday, but we have people who are already planning to go and set up. I just said the thing. No. He said, yes, she's already planning. Now let's go on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp here, I see a message from Prince Ajoku. He sent it in from Rumukurushi. He says, good afternoon, Choma. Yes, celebrating refineries reduce the, I think you mean by will celebrating refineries reduce the cost of pearl at most 500 naira per litre? It's a question he's asking. If yes, Nigerians, businessmen and women can celebrate. Otherwise, is what he's saying. That's his message, really. I mean, do not celebrate yet, basically, is what he's saying. But I'm saying that you need a level of optimism. While you calculate your risk as a business owner, you also need to work on your mindset and work on your mind long enough to be able to see, because if you keep being so pessimistic and expecting that this is not real and all of that, even when the facts, I mean, we've shown you what we did, okay, you will miss out on an opportunity as a business owner. Okay, so I believe that being very optimistic at this time is going to help. It's going to really help. Now, there's another article. I saw an article that was asking, can Port Harcourt Refinery compete with Dangote Refinery? I saw a question like that. So I'm asking you now, do you think, I'm going to answer mine based on my own, for what I see, but I would like you to also tell me, do you think, so I think I'm just going to say on the show, let's all assume that the Port Harcourt Refinery is going to be sustained. The GMD Mele Kyari promised, yes, it's going to be sustained. And now that they've started daily lifting, the drivers are also saying they are hoping that this is going to continue. And more, about 200 trucks or so. So it's something big that has started here. So can we compare Port Harcourt Refinery? So it's almost like Lagos and Port Harcourt are now competing. I mean, there's a refinery in Port Harcourt now. Where does that put us on the map when you're looking at the business map of this country? Where has that put us on the map? Do you think, I think we shared this data from budget the other day, and you see that Rivers State, as a state, we're already doing well. We are leading when it comes to states that can stand independently and run their thing without looking at the center. That's a big deal, by the way. That's a really big deal. So with this Port Harcourt refinery set up here, and then the Dangote refinery private set up there, do you think they can compete? I'm asking like 2 questions already. I'm a journalist. We're always asking questions. But let's just look at it. I have a message here from... Did you say your name? No name. But you said, good afternoon. Another day to remember this. Is this for me? Is it not glaring that those in power puppetize the people they control with a radiation of things perceived to be true, but are definitely not? Stories and propagations and sceneries and unprecedented issues, including that of the Dangote refinery, which have become a justifiable episode to buy fuel above 200 per litre with the removal of subsidy. If you are quiet enough, you will hear the wind blow. Too much noise in defense, especially when we should know that when the average Nigerian cannot survive, he or she will remember that the government is... You didn't give me your name. I wish you did. But you said we should remember this. Is this accurate? Not really. I like to work with facts. Like I said, as a reporter, I like to work with facts. And the facts available to us, we didn't just ask those at the top. Like I said yesterday, we asked those at the bottom. All right? And from what we understand, the operations have started and daily lifting is on. And conversations about pricing is still ongoing, as we understand. Okay, we're following up, and as it unravels, we will let you know. But enough of the propaganda and the disbelief. Let's tone it down a bit so we can have a business conversation. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. You're live. If you can hear me, go ahead and speak up. Or perhaps call me back. Maybe network has stopped that. Okay.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt.
Hello, Mr. Zion. Good afternoon.
From the business point of view, it will make no significant change because there is still an endemic which we are dealing with, which is the price of the product. As long as we have not tempered with that yet, then all this noise will only be a disturbance to the ear. 1,200, 1,300 per litre. How do we arrive to this point? Was there scarcity of products? Was there no longer crude available for refining? Was there no medium to refine? So what do we use to calibrate the reasons for the increment to this present state? Except we reduce it to 150 naira per litre, all would be a jamboree. Now you try to compare between the Dangote refinery and the Port Harcourt refinery.
Yes.
We cannot just oppose. There's no comparison. The Port Harcourt refinery has a lot of rotten tooths in it. Too many rotten tooths. Can we remove it? We cannot. Look at the Dangote refinery. It has an holistic approach. If you look at the hierarchical movement of the market system, it is the...
Okay, I think the network provider is cutting you off there, Mr. Zion. If you call, maybe you should call back. Okay. Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes. Okay. 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0009. We'll go over now to Facebook. We're live there at Nigeria Info PH. And I have messages there. I have one here from Josephine Edibe. He says, Choma, please use your media to jingle the importance of fixing the East-West Road. We already did that. Listen to the news every hour. Top of the hour, major news, 6 a.m., 12 noon and 6 p.m. That's the news. It comes to you. And the one we had 6 a.m. today, we had people asking. The road is already being fixed, but they are asking for them to hasten the pace so that it will be good enough and flowing enough and not to put any life in danger. Okay, let me finish your message before I respond, right? So you're saying, let me start again. Say, please use your media to jingle the importance of fixing the East-West Road. However, God forbid it, your headline news will be 2 tankers fell and dash. God forbid with you, please. God forbid with you. You know the headline will not be good for the economy. Hence, the refinery is a huge development for us. Josephine, thank you for your message. And then I have another one from Adin Duokezie Nwoko. He says, I am not expecting any reduction that will match what it used to be before APC took over power. All I am asking is for APC to take us back where we used to be under the PDP administration. We have seen all they have to offer. That's adding to Okezie Nwoko. He sent that in on Facebook as well. I also have one from Koate Magnus. He says, Choma, good afternoon. Talking about the Port Harcourt Refinery and its economic benefits. I see it as a welcome development. Thank you. Because I have a lot of pessimists calling me. Can my fellow optimists call me, please? If the pump price can be reduced in a bid to bring competition to Dangote, yeah. And conclusively, if you look at the axis of the East-West Road leading to the refinery, you will attest to the fact that people around the Aleme axis of the road are suffering. Terrible road, terrible traffic, coupled with tankers loaded PMS. Now only God will save us if that road is not fixed as fast as possible. Okay, that's Koate Magnus there. Sharing his concern. He was optimistic at the beginning and then looking at the road. And I hope that the contractors are also listening. I mean, that's a federal government project. And I know that the Minister of Works was around. That was a couple of months ago, I think in August. Umahi was here, it should be in August, and they looked at all of the different projects of the federal government. That's a federal government project, and they understand how important it is that is done. Okay, so we're definitely going to keep an eye on that one. And then when it comes to pricing structure, like I said, we understand that the major marketers are only the ones that can lift product at the moment, and that the independent marketers are still discussing pricing. And so in coming days, we're going to understand exactly what the pricing structure would look like. But I mean, from the top of my head, I can tell you that they should be able to sell cheaper than Dangote is selling, right? Dangote says we're now selling 970. But then again, come to think of it, could that be why Dangote quickly reduced their price? That's a question I cannot answer. They quickly, was it not this week that they removed their price from 990 to 970? Could this Port Harcourt refinery be the reason? I cannot say, right? I don't know. They said they were just doing it for the goodness of their heart. They did not do it for the goodness of their heart, since so is now. Could it be? I'm asking. I'm not saying, right? Okay. So definitely as a business owner, stay close. Pricing structure. We're going to keep an eye on that one. I'm going to bring you all of what you need to make that informed decision as to where and which direction you should go. But I know that if you can keep an eye on pricing structure, the refinery's efficiency as well, so that we can now think sustainability, maybe, just maybe, we will see something. And how quickly the changes will translate in coming days as well. You know, how much are we going to save? How much are we going to, gain from all of this as businesses? It also amounts to how much we are willing to speak up. Okay, don't leave it for a particular kind of people alone. We should all be able to speak up. Now let's go to WhatsApp. I see a message here from Joel Adolphos from Degema. He says, "Good day, presenter. Businesses will actually flourish. Thank you, my fellow optimist. With the Port Harcourt refinery being refurbished and production starting, For businesses to truly thrive around the refinery, that LMA Road reconstruction work should be done with speed. Another person is saying that road is quite a problem, a concern rather, for a lot of people. Now let's get more calls in. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Okay, 0817-923-0009 is also another number you can call. I'm not sure why my calls are not getting through, but 0809-030-6 0817-923-0007 0817-923-0003 is also another number that you can call to share your thoughts when it comes to the Port Harcourt operations and what it means for your business. Pricing concerns are germane, like I said. But when I asked that, will Port Harcourt Refinery be able to compete with Dangote Refinery, here is my own answer. I will say yes. I will say yes, but not immediately. I mean, we're having all of these conversations because we're all excited, right? We're all excited. That's why we're having this. Otherwise, it would be good to wait a while and see which direction. It's like when a baby is born and you're trying to find out whether it looks like papa or mama. Sometimes it's just good to wait, because at first year it may look like mama, but by second year it starts looking like dada. So it depends on the consistency of Port Harcourt Refinery. I mean, Dangote is officially the elder brother of that refinery, even though the refinery is older than Dangote Refinery, right? But we can tell, for now, it has the capacity, the potential to compete. Okay? But we're going to look at things like management of the refinery. We're going to look at things like corporation. I mean, the politics around it, I haven't even come there, because all of these things affect the way the work goes. Can you hear me? Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, you're welcome to Talking Figures.
Thank you very much. Actually, I've been listening to you. I can feel your optimism. I would have preferred to be like you, but I want to be more realistic.
Okay.
First of all, they are even refining. What they are doing is blending. Yeah, you said some stuff that went. So you saw trucks coming out and the rest. What products are they moving up from the refinery? It's not a tool. And you and I know that the tool is the only product, that's food product that controls the economy. Diesel has been there, kerosene and the rest of it. So they only blended several other products. I don't want to go deep into that. But petrol itself is not even, they are not even refining. Can go back and investigate. So when we are talking about injecting, economically and the rest of it, first of all, to ask ourselves, this government, are they honest? What are they trying to achieve doing this? Just to create this, noise, and everybody will, just like when they tell you that he's coming back, and next call you hear is that he said he's not coming back today, he's coming back next week. What I mean by that is, they know what they are doing. If eventually they succeed in doing whatever they think they are doing, they are also trying to make this work and eventually set it up to themselves, which is kind of privatization. So we might not do that, but we want to be very happy and optimistic. But the people that are dealing with us, I'm not saying we are dealing with people that are dealing with us, they are not thinking the way we are thinking. You might not believe what I'm saying, or you might not want to, do our own line of reasoning. But this is Nigeria, and it is what is going to play out on the shortest run, not even for the long run. So that's just my own input. In as much as I'm not sounding optimistic like you, I'm just sounding realistic. So sorry if that didn't meet up with expectations. Just only being real. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Real. Thank you for sharing your thoughts all the same. And I am so tempted to maybe go to the refinery and go live there and then show that this thing is happening. Maybe we'll actually have to do that. Maybe they actually have to allow cameras in and out and, be more open, because, I mean, they have serious trust issues to deal with here. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The news this morning about what I call the refinery. It's not something that I would be excited. Is it to be excited in which form? When the citizens have suffered for more than 64 years. And the idea that it has started to function, it's not something that people will just come up and begin to shout. Has it worked for 2 weeks? Has it worked for 1 month? Has it worked for 1 year? This is an environment that there is no standard. Let it not be that just like every day we hear that the NEPA grid has collapsed. Let the citizens wait and experience something that is solid before they begin to shout.
Stay with us. Nigeria